And we're going to take a quick look at some WICK type stoves. Got several here. Probably have to do some of them on a second video. So the first one we're going to look at is this stove here. It kind of looks like the Starlight that Zilf built. It has stainless steel screen, carbon wick, fiber underneath, fiberglass underneath that. There's just a little tin I picked up for a few cents at a garage sale. It's light, it's efficient, it holds about an ounce of fuel. So we'll take a look at it and see how everything is looking on that. So let's get a little bit of fuel in here. Just a little bit, since we're not going to boil water, just for demonstration purposes. It's kind of hard to see. Excuse me. But there's a pretty good flame coming off of it. And as the can of stainless steel won't heat up, you're going to get more vapor off the fuel as the temperature goes up. You want to use a short stand. I found that at least three is probably the optimal height above that. That's about 1.5 inches. And see how this looks as far as impingement on the bottom of the can. And we're not going to boil water, just seeing how this looks. So let's kind of zoom into that a little bit. And I don't know, that way you could see the flame underneath that. In a minute or two, probably see the flame a little bit increase in height from the increased burning from the can as it heats up. Really not much to it, not much to be said. It's a good solid flame. It's efficient. It'll boil 2 cups of water at room temperature at 55 degrees from the tap in approximately 10 minutes. It's a safe stove because, then, like I've shown you before, you can tilt this over and you're not going to lose any fuel. So it's a good stove. Just made out of whatever you have on hand. As you see, the flame has gotten a lot higher, a little larger as it got hotter. Small, lightweight, efficient, safe. You're not going to get the 5 or 6 minute boil that you can with some of the other stoves, but I'm not really into that. This is pretty good. Goes out easily, as you can tell. Truly pure wick. This is a double chamber wick. This is an outer Murray's pomade can of the hair gel that I didn't use. I just took it out. And this is a cat food can. Use a side cutter can opener. Put about 1 foot of wick into it. Cotton fiber wick, rated. Just the rope costs a few cents a foot at Orchard Supply hardware store. It's sealed, and I have a feeling you'll pour it right there with a nut in it. And you could put at least 2 ounces, maybe 3 ounces into it. Because this fiber is kind of splayed out a little bit, you're going to get a tremendous flame out of this. And we'll see how this looks. Starts off right away pretty good. As you can see, the flame looks good. Back it off a little bit. Now this will easily burn with an ounce or two of fuel in it at least a half hour. Good impingement on the bottom of the stove. Because this has a larger flame than the other two, you could probably boil 2 cups of water in this in about 6 to 7 minutes, depending on your other variables. And that's quite a bit of flame. Quite a bit of flame, to the point where it's almost looking over the edges. You can make this in any size, shape, variation that you want. Usually tank, WICK stoves that have a tank or reservoir that it draws from needs to be cool to have the temperature come down. If you get over pressurization in there, you could get the flames coming out from other parts of the stove that aren't sealed up. So that is quite a bit of flame. Use the rosettes. This is not influenced by setting on a cold surface like snow or ice. Burns just as efficiently in cold weather as it does warm. That's one of the pluses of the stove. Goes out pretty easily. Here's another variation of that same stove. A little small tin can. This is a cat food can, one of the smaller ones. Top of this comes off so you could pour the fuel right into it. Adjust the wick, add new wick as you need it. You could press this wick down for a smaller type flame, pull that up for a larger flame. Pretty good flame, pretty significant. Full water in approximately 8 to 10 minutes. Just add a little bit of water between the outer can and the inner can. Depending on how much fuel you put into it, you could burn this up to well over 15-20 minutes. If you have a larger pot on there, that's going to take a lot longer in your boil time. It'll definitely take care of you without having to do a refuel like maybe some of these other jet type cans. All right. As you can see, that's a pretty good flame impingement there. Putting out a lot of heat, and already getting some bubbles on the bottom of that. I guess if we timed it, I would imagine we could probably maybe do down to a 7-minute boil time on this, perhaps. With this stove, the only thing you have to worry about if it falls over is just losing your water, and you'll have to put it out, restart it with some water in there. But it's pretty safe, efficient, frugal on fuel, and you can adjust the wicks. As you can see, that wick is, a lot higher. I mean, the flame is a lot higher with that wick. Maybe not a lot higher. It's a lot thicker anyway. So there you have it. I have another alcohol stove I'm going to kind of go over on another tape, because it's going to take longer than 10 minutes to do all of these. So